You've connected with the girl, so he's connected with the girl on NSN. She's interested. How do you turn her? I think he means how do you progress the conversation, make her feel comfortable and move forward? That's a question. Do you make her feel comfortable and then move forward? What do you do?
So on a marriage app, I'm not interested in running game. My goal is either I get her out into the real life for a meeting so we can meet face to face as soon as possible. And then the next goal is to get in touch with her father or whoever is her male guardian. The problem with being in the DMs of a marriage app or any DMs whatsoever for too long is she's got like 50 other guys in her DMs at the same time. And so, like, you have a wall of post-its, they're all yellow post-its. Which post-it does your eye pay attention to?
The
right?
red one.
Yeah. Exactly. So you got to replace one of the yellow post-its with a red post-it, and now when you look at the wall, your eye immediately goes to the red post-it. So you got to be the red post-it. And there's 50 guys in her DMs already that you have no idea, but she makes you think like you're the only guy she's talking to, because they're very good at that.
They are.
Like, so you got to get her out into the real world as soon as possible for the first meeting, just to make sure that she is who she says she is. She's not catfishing you. She's not 50 pounds heavier than her photos, that kind of thing. You make sure she's not crazy, because some of these chicks have issues, like psychological issues that they might be dealing with. You got to try to suss that out. And then if that goes well, first thing you got to do is you got to talk to her dad. And then after that, man, I like your routine is 3 meetings, right? That's it. It. She only gets 3 meetings. And then if it's not happening, it's not happening.
That's it.
I like, because if you have to think about like your time is worth something, right?
Barakallahu feek.
And like you could be doing other things with that time. You could be making money, you could be learning something, you could be in the gym getting jacked. There's a million different things.
Even if you're doing nothing with that time, she's not getting it for free. She cannot. I don't care if you're at home stranded in your bed and you can't move. She's not getting that time, because the moment you give that time away too freely and too easily, guess what? It holds a little value. Do you see the problem?
Yeah, absolutely. They're on a marriage app, right? The implication is, and the understanding is, that people are there to get married. And so if somebody is wasting your time without moving the discussion forward and moving the ball forward, then you know that that person is not serious and you should just next them. Don't waste your time. It's a business decision. And you, as a man, you have a much easier ability and inclination to make it strictly business, because you're not going to catch feelings. You're not going to catch feelings the way a woman is going to catch feelings.
I think a lot of the problem, Akhi Nabil, is the fact that the average brother, the average Abdullah, he has so few sisters actually paying interest in him that it's very hard for him to cultivate this abundance mindset. I covered this on my stream the other day. So when a sister does actually pay interest in him, he starts pinning a lot of hope on her. And it becomes very difficult for him to deal with her nonchalantly like this. How do you deal with that? You're a man who doesn't have a wife. You get very little interest expressed in you. Suddenly a sister shows attention to you. She's interested in you. How do you still maintain frame? Sounds cliche, but it's the truth. And deal with her in a manner that doesn't exude neediness or lack of options, so to say.
That is a problem when you have no options and you think that this is like, with guys mostly it's usually one at a time. It's not like there's 50. It's not like chicks where there's 50 guys in the DMs. There's usually one lead. There's one lead at a time.
It's one lead, bro. It's one lead. I got one shot.
You gotta convert this one lead. I get it, and I sympathize and I empathize. However, that being said, falling in love or falling in lust or being infatuated does to men what dick does to women. So a woman goes through too many dicks. A woman goes through too many dicks. It becomes very difficult for her to pair bond and love again. A man gives his heart to too many women. It becomes impossible for him to love again. And so you have to be very careful who you give your heart to as a man, because if you give your heart to the wrong woman and you give your heart to too many wrong women, when you eventually do get married, it's going to be very difficult for you to have a deep connection with your wife. That's just something I've observed. And so like you have to be careful, even though I know that's the one lead, do it one lead at a time if you have to. And really, I'm not saying this as like Islamic advice. This is just business advice. Just treat it as a business deal and you won't go wrong.
It's
keep
funny
us
that you use the
pretty.
business analogy, because in business, the one who has the upper hand is the one who's willing to walk away from the deal. He's the one who has the upper hand. And ironically, he's the one who's most likely to get the terms that he wants by virtue of the fact that he's willing to walk away and pull the plug. Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys have heard me say this quote over and over again. He who is willing to commit suicide has the initiative. And maybe sometimes that means you will actually commit suicide on that particular lead. It happens. But the truth is, if you start like getting super needy and clingy and too much conversation and attention, just remember you are one of many, even in the average bint's
yeah,
inbox. I'm not talking about the superstar. No, I'm talking about the single mom with 5 kids, bruv. Her inbox is full. Full. I'm sorry to say, and it's the truth.
yeah.
It is what it
That's
is.
that's actually an important thing to remember as well. I know we joked about it and we glossed it over, but that's important. Realize that you're not the only guy who's talking to her. Once you realize that, then you'll be much less likely to become infatuated with her. Because women get upset about men running game, but women, like, game is in a woman's nature. Like, they're the original game runners. Like, you ever see like a woman in a group of friends and she's replying to a text of a guy she likes? Like, she'll write the text and then she'll workshop that text around her friends before sending it, because
Yeah.
they're all trying to like basically send the perfect response. So they're the original runners of games. So don't be afraid of being nonchalant. Don't feel like you're going to hurt their feelings. Don't feel like there's not going to be the other. This is my one chance, and I need to nail this bint or whatever. Convert this bint, whatever. Convert the sale, however you want to say it, because there's going to be more eventually. And like, even if there isn't, that's more time for you to work on yourself, because her value, like with every day, just imagine a woman and a man, right? Her value every day is dropping. Your value every day is increasing, as long as you're doing the right things.
Oh,
Like, every day you spend doing the right things, your value increases. And so while you might lose this one a year from now, 6 months from now, even 3 months from now, maybe, you will be more valuable to be able to command a higher price in the market, and so you'll have access to a better pool of females,
mm,
and that will continue to increase until you max out.
mm,
Probably it'll continue to increase until your 50s. There is a like an upper limit where a man's value starts to decline, but even until your 50s or 60s, you can be pulling girls very high quality if you continue to do the right things. They say, what do they say? They say men age like wine and women age like